YouTube, it's the D.B.T show. Firstly, if you haven't noticed, my reviewing chair is missing. This could be because Dana, my little sister, she's using it for the computer at the moment. Anyway, hopefully you can see me okay. Let's get these reviews started. Today, it's going to be Gemini for the Nintendo 64. This is episode 101, so let's begin already. Okay, right now the camera's set up, let's start this review off. Gemini is one of the best N64 games I've ever played. But let's begin with the story of this game. The story of this game, it's pretty simple really. Basically, this group of alien insects attack this galaxy and take hostages, then blow up things and take over the entire galaxy. The leader of the galaxy, before the aliens took over, sends the Jet Force Gemini team for help. But the Jet Force Gemini team get there a little bit late, and their ship ends up getting destroyed, and they manage to escape, all three of them, in 3 escape pods. So it's Jet Force Gemini's job to go around all the planets in the galaxy, rescue hostages, and defeat all the aliens. Really, the leader of the aliens, I think he's called Mesa or something like that. That's the basic storyline of the game. The story is pretty good. Let's go to the let me just look at my file, talk about controls and stuff. I'll play as Juno. There's 3 characters. Juno can walk through fire. Videl, she can swim underwater. And the dog, he can hover all the time, no matter what. Controls for this game, they work really well, apart from a few glitches, I have to say. Easy jumping, you got 2 types of jump. You got your small jump and your big jump. To do a big jump, you hold the A button. To do a small jump, you just gently tap it. Now the problem with the jumps is this: when you're jumping off a lift onto a moving platform, you have to plant it and time it next to perfectly, because you will die so many times that it's really annoying. So the jumping in the game can be a little bit awkward. You have to really, really practice and adapt yourself to the controls. The B button crouches you. If you press the A button, you can get up in the crouch position. You can also crawl whilst you can crouch, which is pretty useful. The L button doesn't seem to do anything. The R button, when you've got cursor, you can make those harder shots. The Z button obviously fires. Left C strafes left, right C strafes right. Up and down C switches your weapons around. Thumbstick moves you. Your D-pad, this is quite an advanced thing. I've never seen an N64 before, but it's pretty cool. You can actually, if you pull up, you can pick 4 weapons as a quick list. I've got my pistol, my tri-rocket launcher, machine gun, and my sniper rifle in my quick list. So if I press a certain direction on the D-pad, I can get to the special weapon that I've picked. And the pause button brings up your pause menu. The controls are really good, apart from the jumping can be a little bit awkward sometimes. Okay, I suppose we should talk about graphics then. The graphics in this game, for an N64, I would say 1 word: awesome. Everything looks beautiful, as far as N64 is concerned. The only way the graphics could be better in this game is if they use the expansion pack. They're just really, really good graphics. I mean, all the textures look right. Snow looks like snow. Everything looks like it's meant to do at that time. So the Railway team have done a great job as far as graphics is concerned. Multiplayer in this game, it's okay. There's 3 types of multiplayer games you can play. There's a racing game, which is kind of like Mario Kart. There's a deathmatch where you shoot each other. And then there's a target one where you have to shoot more targets than your opponent. Pretty standard stuff, I suppose. The music in this game is also really good. There's quite a few levels with some pretty good tunes. The gameplay in this game is a third-person /first-person shooter adventure sort of game. The game's length is about 30 hours long, so it's a really long game. It's just generally a really good game. Another good thing about it, let's go to good stuff now. Another good thing about this game, well, the story is pretty good. There's also some full motion video cutscenes in the game. One of them even has voice acting, but that's only for the tutorial. The cutscenes are pretty good. They're really well done. Probably the best thing about this game is probably the gameplay. The gameplay is set into 3 basic parts. When you start the game, you have one character. You have to rescue 2 characters, and then you have to get all 3 characters to the centre of the galaxy, and then you get your armor upgrade. And once you get your armor upgrade, you have to collect all the hostages from the aliens. You also have to collect spaceship parts, and you also need to collect a shitload of weapons so you can beat the final boss. So there is quite a lot to do in the game. The bit I hated the most was collecting all those hostages, because it was a real big pain. They're really weak. If you shoot them once or twice, they'll die, so you really got to be careful. And they turn up in the most unlikely of places. I suppose let's talk about levels a little bit. This is the final level of the game. I can't really show you anymore, because once you get to this level you have to stay here, I think. But the levels in the game, they look great, and there are several ones that are designed in a certain way. Example, there's this one on a spaceship where you have to shoot several locks to free all the hostages. And the locks, they end up in the most craziest of places. For stars, how in the hell are you going to get a lock that's on the ceiling? Well, I suppose you have to shoot it, of course, but that's a really weird place to put a lock. Sometimes there's a lock on a glass ceiling, and if you step on the glass ceiling too many times, you just go break or fall into space. So there are a good range of levels. There's swamps, villagers, loads and loads of stuff. Weapons in the game. Well, I think I've got most of the weapons in the game, so I'll just tell you ones that I've collected so far. I have beaten the game. Right, the first weapon you get is the pistol. It's pretty good. Although it overheats a lot. After you fire 7 shots, you have to wait about 10 seconds for it to recharge so you can fire 7 shots. So that's the only downside to it. You got your hub missiles. They'll hit their target most of the time. They're pretty good. They're essential to be defeating the last boss. You'll need at least 50 of these things. The machine gun, it looks like a Gatling gun and a machine gun combined. It's a really good weapon, but sometimes it fires far too fast, you end up wasting all your ammo. But it's still a very good machine gun. The shotgun, I never really found that much use for it. You can actually charge it up so it's more powerful than it's meant to be, but I still never found that much use for it. Anyway, YouTube, I've run out of time, so please join me in part 2 where I will talk about some more weapons. Until then, see ya!